What's up, Wolverines? I'm Lucas Bogardis.
And I'm Matthew Barturin.
And welcome to another edition of WBLN. This past Friday, Belen kicked off Tombola Week with the culinary extravaganza, where over 1,000 participants ate and danced the night away. Matthew Barturin brings us more on the event.
The culinary extravaganza is an awesome event for the whole Belen community to enjoy.
What is culinary? Culinary extravaganza is exactly that. We have over 30 restaurants from the community that come in and we sample their food. So they bring us, one of them is bringing Thai meatballs, another one is bringing lechon, the other one maybe bringing sushi. So it's a variety of foods, and we have actually expanded this year for like probably 400 people, higher than what we normally do, so that we can get as many of the parents involved and alumni. They love to be here. So we look forward to the event because we know for a fact that it's going to be a great start to what will be a very successful Tombola. Okay. This year, we mark our 55th year that the Tombola was revived in Miami. It started off in 1919 in El Colegio de Belen. So again, this marks the 55th year. The culinary, it used to be called the kickoff, is what actually kicked off the Friday of Tombola. It kicked off all the events that happened during the weekend. This year, because of the high demand that we have for people to participate, we decided to try something new and move it to the Saturday before. So it will actually kick off the Tombola week. We're hoping that we get everybody excited, that the students start to get more involved, as they see the rides come in. So this will initiate the whole entire week of Tombola. There's so many things that happen that lead up to Tombola that are important, as the raffle tickets, the participation, and the signups for all the students. So this is a way to celebrate that we are beginning such an important event that brings the community together.
From WBLN, I'm Matthew Barturin.
Since our brothers from St. Ignatius, Taiwan arrived, they've been able to see many of the Miami sights. Luis Martinez tagged along to see what they thought about our city.
Last Friday, the Taiwanese exchange students began their 2-week stay here in Miami, experiencing Latin American culture for the first time. 5 Belen host students have taken them into their homes. They spent all day together, doing fun activities to learn more about the Hispanic culture of Miami. After landing at 8 a.m. on Friday, the students arrived to the campus at around 9:30 a.m. and were greeted by their host students for the first time in person. They first got an extensive tour of our Belen campus, being shown around places like the library, the dining hall, the science pavilion, the Royal Quad, and the aquatic center. Then the students went to the host's home to get some much-needed rest after a long day of flying. Then, the next day, the students were brought to many classic locations that represented the Hispanic culture of Miami. And after a long day of touring, they finished it off with an iconic Cuban restaurant, Versailles. They were able to try classic Cuban dishes, which they really enjoyed.
It is a good experience. Everyone here is nice, and the food is great. I love it.
For WBLN, I'm Luis Martinez.
In 1923, the Belen Alumni Association held its first assembly in the Colegio de Belen in Havana. Yesterday, we celebrated the 100 years of the association with a Mass in the Chapel of Our Lady. Belen alumni and their sons, current students, and past and present members of the Alumni Board attended the Mass. Throughout this year, the alumni will continue to celebrate this milestone, including a main event that will take place this May 20th.
It's very important for the Alumni Association to hit 100 years. There aren't many things around that are 100 years old. If we look around, Google, not even close. And we've already hit that 100-year mark. So for us as an Alumni Association, we tried to do the research. Definitely can say it's one of the oldest in the state of Florida and probably in the top 10 in the nation. So we're extremely proud that we've achieved this incredible accomplishment. For current students to see the alumni come back to campus, I think is incredible. I think for one thing, you're kind of looking into your future. Hopefully we will see each and every one of you come back to campus and be able to give back. And that's what the Alumni Association is here for. We're here to serve the school and to give back to the school and you, the students, and then when you become alumni as well.
As the Alumni Association turns 100, we turn to Justin Ruiz, who met with Executive Director Carlos Bravo, class of '86, who tells us more.
One of the 5 pillars of Belen Jesuit is the brotherhood. This brotherhood is made possible by the Belen Alumni Association. The Belen Alumni Association is celebrating its 100-year anniversary this January.
So the Alumni Association, the Belen Alumni Association, consists of the school here in Miami and all the schools in Cuba as well. Not only the Belen in Miami, but also consists of Sagua, which is a Jesuit school that was in Cuba. Dolores is a Jesuit school as well, and it's all one big association. And this association is one that basically continues it's an extension of your high school career. You know, Belen continues after you graduate. You don't just graduate and stop. No, your best years regarding Belen will probably be after you graduate, because of the camaraderie that you've had with your friends and what you will continue having with your friends. It's one of those things where your friends now will be the godfather to your kids. You'll be your best man in your wedding. So that's what you're forming here, you know, in this with this group right now. You as sophomores, juniors, seniors, freshmen. That's what you're doing. So it's a special place and it's a special thing, and we have this association to nurture that and to continue that for you. So this year we are celebrating the 100th year anniversary of the Belen Alumni Association, which is incredible. Back in 1923, January 31st to be exact, it was the moment that marked the creation of the Alumni Association. And
the Alumni Association is the history of Belen. I mean, it's a history from 1854 when it was first put in Cuba, and also it is good because it contributes to all the funding for Belen and all that, and they bring sons and grandchildren to Belen also.
For WBLN, this is Justin Ruiz.
Belen Jesuit announced that the Jose Milton Foundation has pledged $4.5 million to the school. To commemorate the largest single donation made to the school, the main building will be renamed in honor of the foundation. The unveiling ceremony will be held today, Wednesday, February 1st, at 9:30 a.m. in front of the main school building. Father Willie said, "With a gift of this magnitude, we will be able to do many wonderful things to benefit not only our current students, but future generations of Wolverines. I'm incredibly grateful to the Milton family for their generosity and, most importantly, for understanding the importance of a Catholic Jesuit education."
Namaste, Wolverines. I'm Jay Camejo, and here's your sports for today. Your varsity basketball team defeated Westwood Christian on senior night 80-49, with Ryan Coyer having 22 points with 6 threes, and Javier Rosell having 15 points and 12 assists. Speaking of Rosell, last night he committed to Maryville College in Tennessee, so congrats to him.
So we'll use this momentum. I mean, finishing off the year 21-4 and being ranked is really good for our school, good for our boys, and it just basically shows all the hard work we've put in. And we're going to hopefully use all this momentum for the playoffs. We're lucky enough to host here next Wednesday here at Belen. We need everybody to come out, support. It's a big game.
The wrestling team has their senior night tonight, where we will be celebrating the careers of the 4 seniors: Isaac Badal Riviere, Michael Delgado, Darian Torres, and Lucas Amaya. Our varsity soccer team suffered a tough loss last night in district playoffs. The game went to penalty kicks, and Terra outscored the Wolverines 4-3, but they still have a chance to advance to the regional playoffs. Today is National Signing Day, and we've got 3 Wolverine seniors signing their letter of intents. Anthony Rubio will be signed to the University of Florida for football, Alec Torricello will be signing to the University of Miami for cross country, and Nicholas Abreu will be signing at Brown University to continue his rowing career. Congrats to all Wolverines. We have some breaking news in the NFL. Just about an hour ago, the 7-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time MVP, all-time leader in passing yards and touchdowns, Tom Brady has retired after 23 seasons of NFL football. After fooling us last year with about a 2-month retirement, he came back for 1 season, and now he's officially retired. Next month, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona will become the first Super Bowl venue with a sports betting center nearby. BetMGM opened a physical sportsbook location across the street from the stadium in September. It's the first sportsbook near an NFL stadium and will be the first near Super Bowl for the February 12th game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's outside the stadium, but will be on the Super Bowl campus. The U.S. Supreme Court cleared the way for the states to legalize sports betting in May 2018. That's when it struck down a 1992 federal law that had prohibited most states from authorizing sports betting, the NFL announced. The NFL announced partnerships with several sportsbook operators in 2021, with the NFL's Executive Vice President of Communications says their role is to continue to preserve the integrity of the game when it comes to betting. This Super Bowl will also be the first to have two African-American quarterbacks facing off and two brothers playing against each other, with Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and his brother Jason Kelce on the Eagles. Which brother will get the ring at the expense of each other? We don't know. Who will? The Miami Heat took a hard-fought win over the Cleveland Cavaliers 100-97. The Heat were led by Jimmy Butler's 23 points, along with 4 players having 18. The Heat traveled to New York to play the Knicks tomorrow. Well, Wolverines, that's all your sports for today. Now back to the guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jake. Well, it's finally here. The annual Father Dorda Duque S.J. Memorial Tombola is one of the greatest events of the year. For 3 days, our campus comes alive with the presence of students, faculty, staff, parents, and alumni. Even prospective students and their families grace our grounds by enjoying the extraordinary atmosphere generated by a tradition that goes back over 100 years.
The net proceeds for Tombola help fund the Belen Financial Assistance Program, which helps us make a Catholic Jesuit education possible for families who need support. Please look at the Belen Tombola page on the Belen website for scheduled sponsors and more. Well, that's all your news for today, Wolverines. Remember to follow us on all our social medias and tune in to today's naming ceremony. Make sure to stay safe
and stay golden, Wolverines.